Hello and welcome, I'm Mystical. This is Mystical Gaming. We're jumping into Watcher of Realms, and it's because there's been an update announcement for Forerunner. Okay, so this is the Forerunner. Normally this is about maybe 3 weeks, a month ahead of Global, so we'll have a quick look through this. Now this is just the update announcement. The update comes tomorrow, which works out at the small hours of Friday morning for me. So on Friday reset, I'll do a quick stream and we'll go over and actually have a look at what's actually dropped and what's in there, what it actually means and what it looks like when it's in game. Okay, but this is the announcement, so we'll go over what's in here. So first and foremost, let's have a look. There we go. At last he gets his buff. So right, let's run through it. So being enhanced as an AoE fighter as opposed to single target physical attack. His range is increased to 2 tiles ahead instead of, we can just see over there is the 1, and his attack speed is changed to 3.2, and initial deployment cost remains unchanged. Enhanced skill effects are as follows. Factions remain the same, he's still a lord and his class is still a fighter. Okay, so that bit all remains the same. Now what has actually changed then? So the first part is his physical attack deals exactly the same amount of damage. It's just now going out to 5 enemies as opposed to it was only 1. Okay, so that's the first sort of change that we've got there. The second part is his talent. This is remaining the same. The wordage has changed. Maybe I've got this wrong. So it will now read, when a hero has a shield, dealing damage grants extra damage equal to 30% of the current shield strength. Whereas it used to read, when shielded, deals extra damage equal to 30% of the current shield strength. So I don't know. To me that's exactly the same, but the wording's changed. Not sure why. Maybe I'm missing something there. Okay. Then we've got the ultimate. Now the ultimate is pretty much the same. No, exactly the same, I think. So attack increases by 30% going up to 50%. That's the same. The hero gains Thunder Aeris. That remains the same. Grants allies of the same faction on the battlefield temporary gain Elddr's talent. Ultimate lasts for 20 seconds. So that remains pretty much the same as well. Now the change now comes. This is one of the fundamental changes I can see with him. Okay, so Thunder Aeris gains a shield equal to the hero's 20% attack per second, up to a maximum shield equal to 200% attack. Now, as it stands at the moment, Thunder Aeris, he gains a shield equal to 10% of max HP per second, stacking up to 100% max HP. So I haven't got him. You'll have to have a look to see if that works out better for you, but that's one of the sort of more major changes he's getting. Then that also ties in with his passive as well then. So he's got the Storm Retribution. Basic attack deals exactly the same amount of damage. To trigger Thunder Hammer, yeah, that remains the same. And then he gets the extra damage on Thunder Hammer as well. Okay, now if the shield, the bit they're adding in is if the hero has no shield, triggering Thunder Hammer has a 40% chance to gain a shield equal to 50% attack for 10 seconds. So he's going to put that shield on him, and when he got the shield, then his talent will make him do more damage. So if that passive triggers, then there you go, you're going to get that extra damage from it. So that's what they look like they're doing there. The next part of it refers to his next passive. Don't think this has been changed at all. When taking damage, gains a shield equal to 40 to 60, 40 to 60, max HP, increases damage by 20 through to extra 10%, 30 for 10 seconds. Yeah, that's the same. This effect once every 40 seconds, triggers once every 40 seconds down to 35. Yeah, so this second passive hasn't changed at all. There we go. But there are some other bits that have changed as well. So Awakening 1, that's changed as well. So it was originally when not shielded, gains a shield equal to 20% of max HP when triggered, the hammer. Now it's during the ultimate, because this Awaken 1 is pretty much now embedded into his first passive. They've added in this Awakened 1. So during the ultimate, ally heroes within 1 tile also gain after Thunder Aeris effect. So that effect that he's going to give out, he's going to give that to allies within 1 tile as well, if you have him at A1. Thunder Incarnation increases trigger chance of Thunder Hammer by 20%. It's by 40%, so that's getting a small buff. And then Awakened 5, Underhammer deals extra damage, 30% of shield strength, and that's going to remain the same. Okay, so there we go. That's his buff. I don't have him, but tell us, good, bad. They've been working on it since November, so it should be pretty good, I would have thought. But there we are. You never know. So that's him done. Next person getting a buff. So let's go over his buff then. So his buff, to absolutely start with, getting a drop in his deployment cost from 26 down to 22. So that's an absolute bonus just straight off the bat, and well needed. Okay, so that one's good news. Next, talent, Mighty Thrust, additionally, so this is additional, remember, it's not instead of or replaced. So Mighty Thrust additionally inflicts 10% magic vulnerability on enemies for 3 seconds. So while he's doing the Mighty Thrust part, there you go, of the AoE damage, he's now going to inflict some, going to do a bit more damage because they're going to have magic vulnerability on them as well. So bit of a nice bonus. That's a nice little touch in there as well when people were just asking for his deployment cost to be touched. Awakening 1. Again, these awakenings, remember, these awakenings aren't changing. This is additional effect. So you've got the awakening as it is at the moment, stuff out of the way, but additionally deployment cost is -2, and then Golden Trample gets a range +1 as well. Okay, so again, additional, not instead of. Awaken 3. During the ultimate, Mighty Thrust deals an extra 100 damage one time. During the ultimate, Unrelenting Will triggers interval is reduced by 1 second. Additional effect. Okay, so during the ultimate, Unrelenting Will trigger chance is reduced by 1 second. And then I assume he's getting an Awaken 5 change as well. Have a look at that. 80. This is not. So this is a change then. So Mighty Thrust and Destiny's Decree ignore magic resistance ratio from 20% to 25%. Okay, so he's getting a small buff on his A5 as well, if you've got that 20. There we go. That is the buffs with regards to the 2 heroes that are getting buffed. Now there are some subtle changes as well. This is the first fix apparently, so I never knew this was a thing, but apparently was, and now they're fixing it. So we're fixing the issue where the ultimate would occasionally cause a lightning orb to bounce and deal damage to herself on certain stages. That's now being fixed, so apparently that won't happen. Okay, so there we go. They're saying here that the brute force, so there's his passive there, brute force. Down here it says defense penetration 5%, but apparently it should read defense penetration plus 10%. Okay, and they fixed an issue where apparently an unstable damage output in rare cases. How rare those cases were, I don't know, they don't say. There you go, they are the 2 fixes as well. Malric's Hall's got a lot of changes going on here. Okay, so let's run through these a little bit at a time. So first one, levels 1 and 2 keystones can now use auto fight. I have no idea how this is going to work. We'll have a look on Friday. I'll keep saving up some 1 and 2 star or 1 and 2 level battles, and we'll have a look at how they actually work and how they pan out. Now I don't know if you've got to have done the exact fight or whether it's just going to be straight up auto for you and you put a team in it. It puts them where they want. I haven't got a clue how that's going to pan out, but we shall see on Friday. Like I say, we'll do a quick stream and we'll see what happens with it and what we can also. Right, next thing, I've added destruction features. Commanders can destroy keystones with the keystone section interface, so you'll be able to come here and destroy some stuff. I won't be doing that on Friday, but we'll have a look to see how it could be done. But if you've got an auto battle, I can't see why you'd destroy stuff, but there we are. And then 3, they've added on this energy feature. So for trial keystones, where commanders can enter a trial, 1 point of keystone energy will be deducted. When the battle concludes, if the trial keystone energy is greater than 0, commanders can choose to abandon the rewards, leave the trial, and retain the keystone to attempt the trial challenge again. I'm assuming it's easier to do this than it is to work out how people can just close the app and then restart it and not get the keystone deducted. I'm assuming. But there we go. Or maybe they're just being nice. Who knows? They could, of course, be very wrong there. They've optimized chest settlement animation as well, so that's also been changed. For Malric's Halls, there we go. Carrying on. So there's still more. They've added recommended hero display for some tags in the stages. Details preview. I don't know how they're going to do that. I think it's quite open-ended, isn't it? Depends on what modifiers you've got. I suppose there's some heroes that you can put in for almost anything. They've increased the acquisition method for Keystone Trials, so Keystones can now be obtained from AMR, which is a bit shady because they've just had the their AMR Tireless Raider event, and now they are, after that's concluded, they're going to throw in this. It shot yourself in the foot there, haven't you? You could have organised that a little better, I feel. Gear Dungeons and the Dungeon Shop as well, so they're going in there. Now, while we're on the subject of Keystones, they're also being added in here as well. So where are we? Scroll down. Yeah, here. Upgrade a hero one time. Upgrade a hero skill. Replace the gold reward for enhancing any gear in the weekly quest with a random keystone. Enhance the gold reward for upgrading any gear. So I've probably already done that. Enchant gear. So this one here then. Enchant 3 pieces of gear to level 18. To level 8, sorry, not 18. That'd be a nice one if we could do that. And we're gonna get Keystones. So we'll look to see if that changes on Friday, and hopefully I won't have done it by then. And now the other thing which is going to make life a bit easier is the old storage here. There's been a change here, and this is with regards to the Keystones as well. So Keystones, to obtain Keystone chests. So trial Keystone chests will be stored in the storage after being obtained to avoid occupying trial Keystone storage space. Commanders can open the chests in the storage at any time to obtain trial Keystones of the corresponding levels. So I don't know whether you get one chest or one chest per level and you just open up and see what you've got and go for use or something like that, and then they arrive, but no idea. Maybe we'll have a look on that on Friday. That might be a little bit tricky. I'll do some runs in the background while we're looking at other stuff and see if we get anything that goes into the chest, I suppose, and we'll see how that pans out. Right then, the next thing that's happening is Cataclysm is getting a same buff. That's what you think. I mean, maybe I'm seeing this wrong. So this is Cataclysm at the moment. This is what it does at the moment, and this is the blurb on the change. So gear and artifacts. Cataclysm set has been enhanced, increasing the effect duration of the hero's damage increase upon landing a crit hit. Before, this is the bit down here, upon landing a crit hit, the hero's damage plus 5% for plus 10% for 5 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. Now, upon landing a crit, the hero's damage plus 10% for 8 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. It's the stacking part and not being permanent like Soulbound Arcana that's more the issue, not the fact that it's 5 to 8 seconds, I feel. Or have I missed something? Have I missed where we want that to be? I don't know. I'm trying to think, do you get stunned somewhere, or is there a gap in the fight somewhere that's longer than 5 seconds? This needs to be adjusted. I don't know. I feel like I might have missed something there, but we'll see. The next part, however, though, this is good news. So they've optimized the activation logic of Invig and Wings of Grace gear set bonuses. After optimization, they will prioritize granting attack increase to non-sanctity units such as Nora. There you go. So she will now get a buff. She's going to get even stronger, I would imagine, where that buff never hit her. So stand by for your gear aid ones. You should see a nice damage increase there. Fingers crossed. So we'll see how that works. That's it for the gear. They're now going on to the artifacts. We'll have a check of Hell's Lamont, because we know Hell's Lamont doesn't actually work with Xena, so we'll see if they fix that in the background as well while they're doing this. So artifacts, let's go and have a quick look. Augment. So this is now getting a change as well. How much of a change this is, I don't really. Again, this is not something I would have done. Optimized runic augmentation. Rules for artifacts. Runic augmentation now yield attributes of the same type as the current. So I'm assuming they mean this one here, the runic one at the bottom as opposed to it. And what they're saying, I think, is you can get attack percentage twice instead of never getting it again. Is that how you read it? Not the biggest change in the world. If I was going to change anything to do with it, I'd make sure that healing pieces couldn't get crit damage and crit rate on there, but there you go. That's just me. I probably look at things like slightly differently than them, but there we go. Right, yes, we're here. We knew it was coming. After this update, challenging gear dungeon will no longer consume stamina. Oh, thank God. We will reimburse the stamina consumed during the period's gear dungeon to commanders who already participated in it after the update. So you will. I didn't. I held on to everything. I thought this was coming. Let's not use it in case I don't do that. But they are relatively good. Let's be honest about things they do that. United Front now offers new stages where commanders will work together to challenge bosses while defeating against massive enemy assaults. So there we go. There's a small change to the next set of United Front coming across, which is good news. Do like that. Be quite good fun, hopefully. Hero skins have been added diamond rewards for reading stories after unlocking a hero skin, and the corresponding hero reading the skin story will reward diamonds times 50. Okay, so there we go. It's a nice little perk for you. I don't know if that's retroactive on heroes you've already got. Now the next change I didn't see coming at all, didn't know anything about it, but here we go. This is it. So with Stand the Tide now includes this additional peak talent levels up to level 50, and with Stand the Tide feature new waves up to wave 200. Complete the new Tide Wave challenge to earn in its Soulstone ×2. I like to think you'll win 2 additional Soulstones to him. Now you get him partway through Odyssey Quest. When you finish the Odyssey Quest, I think that's when you get your first Soulstone, so you get him up to A1. So I'm assuming this is another 2 to get him to A3, not the second one to get into A2, because that's just a bit of attack as opposed to the A3. So we'll have to wait and see on that. Now on to something I don't understand at all. Maybe you can help me out. Maybe we'll have to wait until Friday to see, or later. This is what they've put. 6 new Trial of Nightmare stages have been added to the faction trial, which doesn't, I think it's 6 new stages have been added to the faction trials, and Trial of the Nightmare and someone else are part of it, because normally you go from 36 to 45, don't you, which is 9 crystals, and you get 3 on each stage. That's 3 stages. So when we have a look at the external, the Watchers, then that was stages, well, you can have a look, can't we? Let's have that. Pull this up. So you get stages 13, 14 and 15. They're the new stages, and they would be added there. So I'm assuming Trial of Nightmare would be one of them, and then if they keep going in order, it would be the Northerners. Okay, so we're into the shop, and where are we? We want the dungeon shop, don't we? So dungeon shop here. Right, here we go. Now what's changed here then? So optimized the product refresh rules for the dungeon shop. So I don't know whether this is going to be refreshed now or not, or whether we have to wait for another cycle. The dungeon shop now permanently sells mystery demon chests. It's not all it should sell. Dev Insight said it was going to sell refining crystals as well, didn't you, Devs? So we'll have to wait and see whether that is the case or not. Nothing down there. No, advanced refining crystals already sells them, but they did say that, although they did also mention the advanced gear recasting hammers as well. I think we'll have a check on that and have a look, but that would be interesting to see what it's actually going to sell come Friday. So results in arena. Now apparently we're going to have an arena playback feature. You can now play battle replays on the battle record page. So there'll be a battle record page, and we can have a look at that and see how that goes. They've also fixed text display errors with some hero tags, so nothing important there. Well, it depends what they fixed. Optimised the attack range display in Awakenings of Heroes interface. Optimised Guild War battle recording playback rules. Battle recordings from previous versions will no longer be played back. So that's a bonus, because I don't think they should have been anyway, should they? And they're also optimising the reward distribution mechanic for Titan Ruins and Drake's Chasm. After optimisation, unclaimed Titanic Ruins and Drake's Chasm rewards can trigger reward distribution emails when the guild has been disbanded. So if you're in a guild that's been disbanded, don't worry, you apparently can still get your rewards. And then increase the redemption limit of auto fight Giants in the Awakening shop, and added the gear recasting hammer, mystery demon show for commanders to redeem as well in the Awakening shop. Gear recasting hammer. Well, I thought they were doing the advanced recasting hammer, but I don't know about that. So that's I think that's everything there, isn't it? Just go and have a quick look through it, just to make sure. So heroes done, fixed. Malric's Halls, everything down to 8, yes. Cataclysm set, bonus, others, update, United Front, hero skins, Tide, faction trials, shop, text, yeah, it's redeeming chest. So there we go. That is everything. That's quite a lot to get through. So there we go. Thank you very much if you stuck with me the whole way. I probably then deserve a thumbs up, like and subscribe. You probably deserve a cup of tea. And that's about it. Like I say, Friday reset. I'll do a stream and we'll go through it and we'll just have a look at how everything fits together and what it looks like in game. If you want to join me for that, feel free. If not, plug into it afterwards and have a look about. Normally on the streams, just so you're aware, I'll do my own thing after the stream, but if you're on it and you want to have a look at something, just give me a shout and I will do my best to sort of go around whatever you want, okay, as long as it doesn't destroy my account. I'm happy to pretty much do whatever you like on the stream, and you can have a look around and say, can you have a look at this, can you have a look at that, and I'm more than happy pretty much to go and do whatever you really want to have a look at. Okay, so that's how that will run, and that'll be on Friday. Until then, thank you very much for your time. If you could leave me the old thumbs up, like and subscribe, helps me out massively. I'll see you all in a video again soon. Thank you very much for your time, because it's probably been a long one. Cheers, goodbye.